Well, do you guys want to see what the suspension looks like on this? I know I do. I'm kind of really hoping it resembles the Toyota Camry because, let's face it, Toyota Camrys and Luminas are strong. So the setup they have is usually something pretty good we can go by. So, you guys ready to take a look to see what the suspension looks like on a 2007 Ford Fusion? Here we go! Nice! This is really not what I was expecting. This looks more like a Honda Civic up here, or a Honda Accord, than a Toyota Camry. What I'm talking about like that is you see the big long spindle right here? Those are weak. Your strut's inbound, which is nice. Now the only advantage of this is you can pretty much seatbelt your strut and your spindle together, and your unibody's much stronger because now it's got to support some of the car. So technically all this steel up here should be stronger because it is supporting the upper control arm. But some things I don't like. Look at this back here. Let me get a screwdriver for you. Stick this magnet light on here somewhere. Okay, I derby 1992 to 2001 Toyota Camrys, and yeah, I get the odd one that's pretty rotted, but overall, it's pretty good. This here is a 2007. Like, look at this. That's not good. I know a lot of you guys are thinking it's a derby car. You know what? That didn't matter. It's a derby car. They're supposed to be old, disgusting, rotted cars. Well, letting you know now, the more rotted your derby car is, oh, well, that's a bad one. Oh, that's a split seam right there. What's this one right here? The more rotted your car is, the quicker it's going to fold apart. So this thing here has got some serious rust issues and not a good spot. I know from experience that Toyota Camrys, this is where they bend, is right here. Right around here is where Toyota Camrys bend after a while. But this one right here, it looks like it's got some pretty good spread out welds. It looks like it's all the way up. We got some pretty thicker steel up here. Even, oh, let me turn my light. Even over here, this here is quite a bit thicker than most cars. And there's a couple layers. I'm counting 1, 2, 3 layers of steel here. I don't really know what's in behind in the frame, but it's got a nice opening where I can look inside of. Even I can look down the frame. Got the big bolt right there in front of you, but let's see if I can see in there. There's definitely not as many layers as the Toyota Camry inside there, but I don't know. I don't think these cars are going to replace Toyotas or Luminas. I was kind of hoping that it would, but my gut's telling me it's going to be tough, but it's going to be not as tough as a Toyota Camry. Again, on this side, look at the it's just a spot right there. Right from the dealership, right from Ford, where the rust can get in behind. Look at all this dirt. Oh no, look at the hole! Oh, that's carpet! That's not what I wanted. Oh well. I should stop picking at this. I'm just making it worse, but it's so fun to watch dirt fall out. Oh no, that's the frame! Alright, driver frame rail is not very tough on this one. So, when you're buying a Ford Fusion, maybe look for rust right around here. So, my rule said I can plate this because it is damaged. So, I might be putting a repair plate right here. I'll have to message a couple promoters about this. Yeah, that's a pretty big hole. We're gonna have to message a couple promoters about this spot right here. Anyway, yeah, same on this side, Honda Civic. I'm not overly impressed. I was kind of hoping for a setup like Toyota Camry. But on the good news, up here, the actual body and top of the strut tower looks like it is big enough to accept a Toyota Camry strut. So maybe I can put Toyota Camry struts in this if this motor dies on me. Maybe you can put Lumina parts into this. I'm not sure. everything will fit if you're willing to put the time into it. People are putting 3100s in Camrys now. I never thought that was going to happen. Back here, I'm going to get the back end up higher to show off the back end. So, you guys ready? Let's take a look underneath here, though. I have not taken a single piece off the bottom side of this car yet. What am I seeing? I'm seeing a fairly large subframe that kind of goes up quite far, like to there. Like that's bigger than a Toyota Camry rear subframe. And then the trailing arms, they look like they'll bend, but they look pretty mean. Looks like we got a mount right here that's just a piece of all thread that's may help support us from side impacts on the rear tires. You got your upper arm up there, right there, your upper control arm back here. Now, in the case of an accident, that looks like it will bend, but I think that will just tow it in back here. Like, I don't think it will cause massive amounts of damage. I would like to get rid of the rear brakes completely off this thing, but we'll see how this goes. Gas tanks are fairly large. You got a resonator, a catalytic converter, and another catalytic converter, so there's two cats on this. The center section of the car looks a lot like a Toyota Camry, so I'm pretty happy about that. Front frame, front subframe. Got a lot of the plastic still on this but honestly, it looks a lot like a HHR subframe, to be honest. It's quite tubular, and it comes all the way up, but it's got nowhere that it's got welds. It looks like one solid piece of tubing that makes a large run around. Doesn't really look like it's got an end or a beginning, so that might make this a little bit better. Like, that's the only joint I'm seeing right there. So who knows, this might be a little bit stronger with the subframe, but I don't think the subframe mounts are better, as you guys can see there. But anyway, I definitely don't like these lower control arms. I really don't. It's got two ball joints. I guess that could be good if one ball joint fails. The other one will maybe help you hold it on, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of dual ball joint vehicles. Spindles look pretty thin. Wonder if Honda ones can go into it, but then I won't have the dual ball joints, so maybe not. Dual ball joints is something not that common. I don't know. If you could build your own control arms for this, it might make it a lot better, but is it worth it? Rockers are rotted out. Look at the mud. Is that mud or is that foam? Oh, that's foam. Buddy's filled them full of spray foam. That's okay, I'm not upset. So that's the Ford Fusion here from the bottom side. Sorry about the camera being a little fuzzy, it's very foggy out. But I'm kind of impressed with the back end. I think it will hold up to some of the shots that it's going to take. Front end, I'm a little let down with. It's not really what I was expecting. I guess I should have gone to the scrapyard and spent a little bit more time looking at these cars at the scrapyard, but, well, you know what? I'm still going to send it. So thanks everybody for watching, and this is my underside of the Ford Fusion. See you guys back here tomorrow.